It's joy for the home country as Jamaica wins another gold medal here in Grenada. And I think he is amazed by the time. We are waiting for it. I think it's a championship record. It is. Usain Bolt 47.33 has been removed by Nicoy Bramwell, and it's all happening here at the Kirani James Stadium.
Amazing performance from that young man. We know he can go sub 47. Given what he's had to go through over the past couple of weeks in terms of trials, in terms of champs, we didn't know what he would be able to produce here. He's been struggling with injury, but he was able to produce the goods in front of the crowd here at the Kirani James Stadium, in a stadium named for a great champion.
My good people, I'm Peter, and this is Yard Talk TV. Let me be real with you for a second. I think the world has been asking the wrong questions. For years now, people keep asking the same thing over and over. Who is going to replace Usain Bolt? Who is going to replace Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price? Who is going to replace Shericka Jackson? And after watching Jamaica for years, after watching this system, I can tell you right now, that's not how this country works. Jamaica doesn't replace legends. Jamaica doesn't try to find a new Bolt and a new Shelly and call it a day. No, what Jamaica does is different. Jamaica simply introduces the next chapter. And family, the next chapter is here. Today we are watching two races that prove exactly why. Race number 1 features a teenager, a 17-year-old girl, who just casually walked up and erased one of Usain Bolt's records. Let that sink in. 17 years old, breaking records that legends set. Race number 2 reminds us why resilience can be just as dangerous as raw talent. This is an athlete who was counted out, who was told, your time is done. But she came back. And she reminded the world why you never bet against Jamaica. So trust me when I say this, watch both races to the very end. Because together, these two races answer one big question. The question that everyone in track and field is scared to ask out loud. Is Jamaica's greatest generation actually the next generation? Is this it? Is this the start of something even bigger than what we saw with Bolt and Shelly? I don't have all the answers, but I do know this. If these two races are any indication, the world better get ready. Yard Talk TV, let's subscribe and find out together. Full credit to the original creators of these videos. Thank you for watching.
Barbados.
Despite the hamstring issues, Bramwell still ran 47.39 to finish second in the under-16 boys division at the Jamaican High School Championships. Away they go. Goes out a little bit quicker here, Nicoy Bramwell, than he did in qualifying. Already surges by Nixon of the Bahamas on his outside. And the Jamaican goes flying down the backstretch. Nicoy Bramwell in full flight here in the under-17 boys 400 final. His countryman, Paul Henry, is also running well and moving through in lane number 2. Under 200 meters to go. It's Bramwell with the advantage. If he can maintain this, this will be a race for the silver medal. The defending champion transitions down the home stretch. Paul Henry, his countryman holding second. The Grenadian is coming forward. That's Mathlin. Bramwell defends his title and Mathlin gets silver. Wow. Nicoy Bramwell had the field beat from the first 200 meters. Held on strongly down the home stretch. A terrific finish coming from Cameron Mathlin of Grenada to snatch the silver medal. It's joy for the home country as Jamaica wins another gold medal here in Grenada. And I think he is amazed by the time. We are waiting for it. I think it's a championship record. It is. Usain Bolt 47.33 has been removed by Nicoy Bramwell, and it's all happening here at the Kirani James Stadium.
Amazing performance from that young man. We know he can go sub 47. Given what he's had to go through over the past couple of weeks in terms of trials, in terms of champs, we didn't know what he would be able to produce here. He's been struggling with injury, but he was able to produce the goods in front of the crowd here at the Kirani James Stadium, in a stadium named for a great champion, world and Olympic champion from Grenada. He was able to step up and take the gold medal. Egan Neely holds on for the bronze, just holding off that young man from Jamaica, Paul Henry, for third place on the home straight.
What a race, Alien. What a race.
Incredible. Incredible. He led from gun to tape, never once looking compromised. He looked strong the entire race. The story here, of course, being the Grenadian finishing very, very strong in front of the home crowd. If you can hear the noise in the stadium, you know it's just for him. Incredible energy to push him to second place, and third place for the Bahamian, also looking great.
Superb performance by this young man, Nicoy Bramwell. Takes a special talent to remove a Usain Bolt record, one that has stood since 2002. Of course, the under-17 division interrupted by a few years when it was changed to under-18.
I think 3 years. 3 years you had the under-18 division. But nonetheless, great running by this young man. Anytime you see Usain Bolt in the records, you know that it is a big record.
Indeed, 47.27, a championship record for Nicoy Bramwell of Jamaica. Cameron Mathlin, 47.96, a personal best. Silver for Grenada. Egan Neely, 48.16, a personal best. Bronze for the Bahamas. Well, a record in the under-17 boys 400 meters. We had a record in the pole vault open for boys with Brendan Vanderpool earlier.
Comes out, entertains the crowd. I've mentioned it a few times over this first couple of days, but Perry, the official mascot, entertains the crowd in glorious sunshine here in Costa del Perry Bar. So the athletes are warmed up and ready. Going to heat number 2 of the men's 400 meters. Lanes 2 to 8 being occupied. A reminder, first 3 in the next 3 will guarantee their spot in the semi-finals, which are on Friday. And the final of the men's and the women's 400 metres, incidentally, are on Sunday morning in the morning session, 10:45 and 11 o'clock are the 400 metre finals here in Birmingham. So starting in this second heat, Zong Yang Tan of Singapore will start on the outside, 47.44 his best. That was back in 2019, no season's best for the 28-year-old. Lane 7, so Guevara of Trinidad and Tobago, 4th at the World Indoor Championships in 2018 in the 4x4 relay for Trinidad and Tobago. 45.86 this year. Lane number 6. Nathan Allen of Jamaica didn't finish the World Championships a couple of weeks ago in his semi-final. 45.21 this year. Leongo Scotch of Botswana, 6th at the World Championships in Oregon in that 4x400 metre relay. He started lane number 5. Emmanuel Wanga from Papua New Guinea started in lane number 4. The 22-year-old, under 48 seconds at his best. Just outside of that time this season. Lane number 3, Alford Conte of Sierra Leone. Another athlete we don't have a season's best for, but under 49 seconds. There's a lifetime best for the athlete starting in lane number 3. And Alexander Bok of Namibia holds the area record that he ran at altitude this year. 45.8 is the time he's clocked in 2022. So should be centre lanes here, 5 and 6. Scotch and Allen, the Botswanan athlete, in good form. Botswana, of course, celebrating because in Cali at the World Juniors just yesterday, Letsile Tobogo lowered his own World Junior 100 metre record to 9.91 seconds. So some good running by Botswana around the world. And Scotch in lane 5 is going to hopefully continue that here in this second heat. First 3 guaranteed a place in those semi-finals. Keep your eye on Scotch and Allen in lane 5 and 6. So a slightly longer hold by the starter, but we do get underway. Indeed, the Botswanan in lane number 5, Leongo Scotch going well, 45.25 this year. The All-African Games champion 3 seasons ago, moving nicely in the familiar colours of Botswana. Nathan Allen, the Jamaican, moving nicely in lane number 6. There's no effort here from Allen, the Jamaican in lane 6 at the moment. He's having an absolute stroll. Conte of Sierra Leone trying to keep in the mix in lane number 3. But Allen of Jamaica not even out of 3rd gear here. Gilberto of Trinidad and Tobago looking to get an automatic spot in lane number 7. Scotch of Botswana will finish in 2nd. 45.17 seconds. That was very, very impressive. Well, the Jamaican, I mentioned in his semi-final at the World Championships in Oregon, didn't finish. Wow, somebody's arrived in Birmingham, Tim, in very, very good form.
I'm absolutely astonished, Kath, at how relaxed he looked. Like he was strolling around that top bend, and then when he came into the home straight, he just upped his game a little bit, started working hard with the arms, knees started coming up, and as Botswana's Scotch inside him accelerated, so he accelerated almost effortlessly. It's one of the most relaxed 45-1s I've seen in a long, long time.
I think that will, as a former 400-metre runner, go down for him, Nathan Allen, as probably one of his best runs ever. It wasn't reflected in the time that he ran, but again, it's the way that he ran it. He's a 44.13 athlete at his best. Let's not forget, the Jamaican is world-class, just outside the 44-second barrier. But look at this replay, Tim. Is what caught my attention from the gun down the back straight. He's absolutely loping. The Botswanan, to be fair, isn't putting much effort in either, Scott, but that's caught my attention, that has, and the Jamaican is doing nothing on the top end.
And it's a season's best too, Kath. I mean, this is the thing. He's hardly using his arms here. It's like they're tied to his hips there in that yellow vest. Very relaxed. And then here, this is nice. There's this transition. Just as he leans into the straight, there he goes. Starts working with her heart, pumping a little bit harder. There's something more Bolt-esque about how relaxed he looked.
Well, from Spanish Town in Jamaica, the black, green and gold are going to have enjoyed that one, and the other 400-metre runners in the heats to come. Here at the Commonwealth Games, know that Nathan Allen, the Jamaican, is in form and is definitely going to be in the mix. That was very, very good running.
And a season's best too. I mean, I think, you say he's coming into his best form, 45.18. You wonder where he's been all summer if he can run 45.1, looking half asleep for 300 metres. Yes, you said quite right, he's a 44.1 person, but I would have said off the back of that, Kath, you know better than us, you're a 400-metre specialist, but I would say off the back of that, he's in PB shape.
Yeah, it's a tough one with 400 metres, because how many times we've been at major championships and seen people shutting down with 60 to go or not really committing around the top bend and running fast times, and then when they come back under pressure and try and execute in different conditions, don't replicate it. But that is a very good sign from the Jamaican, and the likes of Korea of Kenya, the likes of Matt Hudson-Smith of England will definitely take note at how easy that 45.18 season best clocking was for Nathan Allen. Scotch, incidentally, did come through for 2nd and Gravera in 3rd. Wow, here we go, the men's 400. The home favourite of England's Matt Hudson-Smith coming up in a later heat is going to have some competition here on his home track. And it could come in the form of that Jamaican run there. Very, very impressive. So confirmation of heat number 2. Nathan Allen of Jamaica. Easy as you like, 45.18 seconds. Scotch and Guevara, as I mentioned, also automatically through to the semi-finals. Well done, Conte, a personal best in 5th, 47.12.
All right, Yard Talk family, let's talk about what we just watched. Because that wasn't just 2 races. That was a statement. Let's start with Nicoy Bramwell, 17 years old, running on a hamstring that should have had him on the bench. And he goes out there and breaks a 22-year-old Usain Bolt record, 47:39. Do you understand how crazy that is? Most athletes spend 10 years chasing greatness. This kid just walked up to greatness, looked it in the eye, and said, move. That's not luck. That's not a fluke. That's what happens when you grow up in Jamaica. When your homework is watching Bolt. When your role models are Shelley and Elaine and Sharika. You don't get intimidated by names. You get inspired by them. And then we had Anthony Cox, 21 years old, a man who was counted out, 3rd at nationals, missed teams before. People said maybe track isn't for him. But Cox taught us something different today. He taught us patience. He taught us timing. He taught us that the 400 isn't won in the first 100 met. It's won in the last 50. When your lungs are burning and your legs are screaming, and you still find another gear. 45-51, lifetime best win. You see the two stories here? One side, youth, fearless, breaking records. Other side, experience, smart, winning races. And that's Jamaica, family. That's why we're different. Other countries panic when their star retires. They hold press conferences. They ask, who's next? They spend millions trying to find the next Bolt. But Jamaica? Jamaica doesn't search for the next Bolt. Jamaica grows 10 more. In schools, in communities, on dirt tracks. Every single year, we don't rebuild. We reload. So to the world watching this, to the USA, to Europe, to everyone asking if Jamaica is done, the answer is no. The answer is we're just getting started. The names will change. Bolt will become Bramwell. Shelley will become someone new. Sharika will pass the baton. But the flag? The green, gold, and black? That's not going anywhere. Because in Jamaica, history isn't something we celebrate once and forget. History is the standard. It's the bar. And every kid that laces up spikes in this country grows up trying to jump over it. That's why a 17-year-old can break a legend's record and smile after. That's why a 21-year-old can get doubted and still come back to win. That's the Jamaican mindset. So I want to hear from you in the comments. Question 1. Which performance shocked you more? Nicoy Bramwell breaking Bolt's 22-year record? Or Anthony Cox with that patient veteran win? Question 2. Drop A if you believe the next generation is already here. And question 3. Who do you think is the next Jamaican global superstar? Put their name below. Let's see who knows ball. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button.